Hey, hello, and welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host, Kristen, and today is Ask Me Monday. How are you today? I am wishing you well. I hope you are doing great today. Thank you for joining me. If you are on the replay, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Kristen at Good Knit Kisses, and I teach and encourage and inspire people on how to increase their talents and things that they know education-wise on knitting with needles, loom knitting, and crochet. So thank you for joining me today, and welcome to the live. If you're joining me live, please be sure and let me know where you're from and what is your favorite thing to do? Needle knit, crochet, loom knit, or all three. So anyway, thank you again for coming, and welcome everyone. Susan, hello. Good morning, Christine. Hi, Heather. All my regulars, all my peeps, my Good Knit Kissers. Hey, Pearl. How are you? It has been a whole week, and it feels like longer. I don't know about you, but this summer is really like, I don't know. It's like at some points it just stretches, and you're like, what is summer ever? I got to get my kids back to school. And then some days, it's like it's flown by because I'm looking at my calendar going, is it almost August? Like, seriously, it's almost August? Good morning, everyone. Hi, Barb. Hi, Christy. Hey, Carol. Good morning. Hey, Elizabeth. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. Well, welcome. I'm going to show something this morning that I talked about a little bit last week, just touched on it briefly. Hey, Bridget. Good morning, friend. So when I went to the Our Maker Life event in Toronto in Canada last weekend, weekend before last now, we had, I was up there for Your Inspiration, Spin Right. Then we went to the Our Maker Life event, and we only went to one day. It was actually a longer event. And by the way, if you are able to catch the Our Maker Life event and go, it's just growing. Apparently the first time that they, got a catch in my eye, like blurry. If the first time, I think they had like 40 people, and then this next time was their second event, and there was like 100, I want to say there was like 115, someone said, but it sold out, and I'm sure it's going to get bigger next time. But if you're ever able to catch the Our Maker Life event, and catch Jewel, she's got a great heart, and she was a founder of it all, but they have a whole panel of people, and you can learn more about it. Just type in hashtag Our Maker Life, and you'll find it, or OML. And anyway, I forget the thing, but if you're big on Instagram, you can find them. Anyway, so Our Maker Life is where I saw it, and then We Are Knitters people were featured. Now, this is some of the yarn that was given. See, We Are Knitters. I know this is backward for you. So we had a make-along at one point, and Yarn Inspirations, Spin Right was a sponsor, but as well as We Are Knitters. And so at the end, we all got together and everybody sat and knit. I thought it was really cool because there were a lot of people who were actually crocheters. Never heard one person complaining about it. They were all like, I'm going to try. Some people broke out their hooks later on, but everyone tried. I taught a few people. Thank you for that link, Carol. Good morning, Joanna. See you hopping on. I taught a few people while we were there, and I took a little bit of film just kind of showing, and I'll probably creep in a little bit more footage later on and upload. I've got way more pictures than I actually get to publish. And video, of course I do. But I don't always do that because I don't want to push like a ton of stuff and people be like, I couldn't go to that thing. But it's really fun if you can ever get to a local event, or if something like this is like just a few hours away, it's really worth it to travel and meet other people who do this. The We Are Makers event is all about people who make stuff and usually sell it. So say you are a Etsy shop owner and you make items, behind me, and you want to sell them. I started off being a maker. Actually, I guess technically I've been a maker nearly all my life, and making things and selling things, even back to when I was a kid. I'm in Texas, and we have a big thing called homecoming. And I know everybody's got homecoming, but in Texas, we do it up big, and we have these things called homecoming mums. Just Google it, and you will see the craziness. It originally started with one flower, a fresh mum, and it grew into this huge crazy craze. But I used to make money selling those creations and helping my mom, and we made some money on the side. So anyway, but the We Are Knitters people helped us makers and learning some stuff, and I want to show you their kit and what I've been working on. I actually have a kit that I've got extra that I'm gonna give to Joanne. So she says, yeah, you can show my kit. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you get one, and yeah, and then I'm sure they have lots of other things there. I haven't gotten to check out all the things, but this is one of the kits that they sent. So I'm going to flip the screen for a second. But before I do, I'm going to go back and see if anybody had any quick questions. Hey, Jill, I see you jumped on. Oh, your kids don't start school till September, Heather? Mine are starting in August. Ours is like mid-August. So, yeah. Hey, Eileen and Stacy. Well, let me okay, thank you for that link. Okay, so if you're looking for the We Are Knitters link, click in the comment links below if you missed that, or if you want to come back to the broadcast later. Martha says, hello, could you please show how to add yarn to looming? I'm still learning. Thank you for your encouragement. Oh, you're a very special, sweet lady. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Yes, I can show how to do that. I've got a loom here, but I don't have anything on it right now. Quite honestly, I've become a bigger fan of adding in the tails later and tying them in, because you can do things like you can check out the Russian join, you can knot the things, but really weaving in the tails correctly and getting them really locked in after is actually the better join. So if you want something nice and strong, you can do that. Certainly with certain yarns, you have to use your own discretion on if you need to, like, make the best choice for you on if it's a yarn that may come apart and you might want to just totally put like a nice square knot so it doesn't go. A square knot is when you tie it one direction and you're used to tying in that one direction, but then when you go to lop it over, you actually flip the other tail under, like, instead of the opposite one, and that way it's like tied the opposite way and it doesn't slide. So that's one way to do it, but you have to know that when you lock that thing in, that's not going to move, and you want to make sure that your stitch is the same size, that you're not giving a little bit too much or making it too tight, because once you put that square knot in, you're done. So that's a real quick thing on that, Martha, and that has to do really with anything. I love how in crochet you can kind of lay them over the thing, but and you can kind of do that in knitting, but it just depends, because it may show. And so anyway, weaving them in after, to me, just works better. Carol's on top of her links. Good job. Yeah, Pearl, she is. Hey, Amber. Hey, Summer. Hey, Cassid. Hey, Pearl. Oh, is Chris Lopez here? I don't know. Oh, there's Chris. There she is. Okay. Super. One more question. Could you show how to end a project on the loom? I have tons of videos on ending projects. I have projects that are, full loom alongs or knit alongs, and I show how to end the project, but I also have bind off videos. So if you are from Canada, I do say bind off, and so if you're looking and searching or not finding something under the word cast off, check bind off, or vice versa if you're trying for the other way. So check those out. Those would be like kind of standalone videos. But if you're looking for a loom along or whatever, like a similar-ish project, then I would just say find a video that you think is similar to the project you're working on, and then fast forward to the end. That's a quick tip for you. Try those. Thanks for sharing, Chris. Someone else shared too. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Susan. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you the We Are Knitters kit. and you'll get to see the disarray of my desk here. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is it. And is that enough light for you guys? I need to turn on one more. Ooh, that's bright. Is that too bright? Okay, so this is the kit. Okay, so it came with the knitting needles, okay, and this was actually the bag that it came in, okay, all happiness in a kit. And then you flip it on the back, and this is the Downtown Snood, and it's beginner level, and this is just they're telling you what the contents are. There's the pattern is included. There's a tag in here. We'll show you the tag. Then there's a little sewing needle and an eco-friendly bag that we're looking at here. And then the needles, which are 15 millimeter US 19 and 100% wool. They're calling it ×1. I'm not really sure. Just I guess just one ball. And anyway, that's the SKU on it. If you're wanting that SKU, WAKSTI 00142, Downtown Snood. Okay, so that's the kit, and then it came with this ball of wool. And they call it the wool. And it's squishy and fluffy, and you can see how big it is. It like hides my hand, and my hands are pretty big. They're big hands. So anyway, and this is a nice big old fat wool here. And it is 200 grams, and which is 80 meters on here. It doesn't say yardage, but you can convert that. And this is color bubblegum, and it really looks like a bubblegum pink. And so that's that one. And then I had gotten in my kit, this is one I'm sending off to Joanne. The one I got in my kit was this one. And I'm looking to see if I have the color. Aquamarine. I think this is kind of a nice, cool Celadon color, but it's aquamarine. It's really pretty, and I'm enjoying it. And this is how it's working up. You see that? And then what's interesting about this kit, now I've got a second pair of needles because this is from my kit. This is how it comes, okay? And you'll have to go on the site to see how much it costs because I got it from the event. So I haven't done my homework. I'm so sorry. I've been working on samples for you guys for videos all on throughout the week and weekend. Anyway, so this little envelope comes with the tag and with the needles. So let me set it aside. I'll see if I'll get my needle out. This was my thing. And there was the needle. And I think the tag's still in here. If it's not, I'm going to look silly. Yeah, I look silly. There we go. Okay, so this was the tag that was in there. It's a really nice tag. It's a nice woven texture twill. Okay, and it's really not going anywhere. It's all embroider stitched, so it's not print at all. Isn't that nice? So anyway, once you knit that on there, you just knit it inside your item, or you could, I guess you could do it to the side here, but they're just showing the little stitch parts. So I would just stitch along these little sides, but these are really nice little tags. It just says proudly knitted by myself. Isn't that nice? So I think it's really cool that they included that. Here's a really interesting thing. I have never before seen a sharper pair of wooden needles. Like, seriously sharp. Look at this. I don't know if you're even going to be able to see it. Let me see if I can get the light on here better. It's glaring to me, but I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that tip? It's kind of getting out of focus. Anyway, I mean, it actually could hurt you. That's how sharp this thing is. It's really whittled down, which is really cool for some things, because I've found that other tips, like here's one. Here's a blunt one. Let's just do this. This one right here might be a little too blunt. Actually, this is a good one, but like some of them are even duller than that, like more rounded. So if you really like a sharp tip and you have a critique on the wooden needles and you wanted a wooden one, but it wasn't sharp enough, anyway, the We Are Knitters, yeah, these are better as far as sharpness. So anyway, someone actually had to warn me, but the way they package them, it's obviously safe when it comes out of the package, but after you get it out of there, just a warning. Let's see. Let me see if I've got some other questions before I move on. I don't want to jump past that. Okay, something about something being, may have it too closed. I'm too tired. Okay, bind off series. Thank you, Carol, for that. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm just checking out any questions that I may have. Okay, it's too pricey. I don't know. I didn't see the price on it. But anyway, what's nice is it's a whole kit. So if you were trying, and if you were trying to send something to somebody who's starting off and, you know, you want to send it, or like just a luxury gift, this is a nice luxury thing. So here we go. This one here is, so this is how the pattern, where is my pattern? So the pattern comes in this little folded up thing. Now, if the We Are Knitters people jump in, I'm going to have to give a little critique real quick. So this is the Downtown Snood and We Are Knitters, and it comes out like this, and it gives you a schematic, and it tells you about their videos, and like basically it's an overview, and it's a pattern that's written really simplistically. It says cast on, slip a stitch, do the moss stitch, cast off, seam and join pieces, weave in ends. That's very simple. However, they included instructions. They called it the moss stitch, but they included instructions for the seed stitch. And if you look at the picture, it's the seed stitch. It's not actually the moss stitch. So that would be my critique, is don't tell me to do that. Also, it does talk about gauge and anyway, and it gives you some tips on that in a very simplistic way. It shows you how to finish off your cowl. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning, excuse me. It's knit in a flat panel, and then you're going to seam it up the side. And then you're going to start knitting, and it talks about the cast on and then how to work the rows. So the interesting thing is here, you can do the seed stitch in a couple of different ways. It's a 2-row repeat, but if you slip the first stitch, you can use the 1-row repeat. So if you are constantly slipping that first stitch, you get that. You also give up that outside bump, and so you get this nice pretty edge here. Okay, see this edge? So when you slip that stitch, a little hint in the seed stitch on the needles is if you slip it, you're going to get that edge with the seed stitch. So I can show you how this technique is worked up when you slip it if you haven't slipped it before. Thank you, Jean, for the We Are Knitters link. She's got the We Are Knitters link in the comments below for the knitting kit for the Downtown Snood. So it's nice, but if you get the Downtown Snood, you're going to, oh, I got to finish this line of knitting here. If you do the Downtown Snood, you're going to have to fix the pattern here. I mean, you're going to have to know that it's not a moss stitch. So I've just purled, and now I'm going to knit. And then I'm going to purl. Okay. All right, I'm going to start this line. That had fallen off when I was, I had put it in my bag. Let me get my pattern out of the way here. Sorry, I've got stuff happening on the side and it's getting caught. I'm getting my sleeve of my shirt locked in here. Ah. All right. Okay, so it's going to be slipped the first stitch without knitting, and then when I slip it this way, it's purlwise. Okay, so unless the pattern says slip knitwise, you usually slip purlwise, so that's pretty easy. You just take it off that way. Okay, and then I'm going to knit one, and then purl one. That's it. And once you have a pattern established, you can really see that I've got a purl stitch here, and so I want to knit the purls, and then I want to purl the knits. And so you just keep going across, and then when you get all the way to the other end, you will always end on a purl stitch. I have an odd number of stitches. And so when I slip the first stitch and I knit one, purl one all the way across, I end on a purl. And then when I start again, I slip it purlwise, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. It's like that. So if I go a little slower, if you've never done this before, I'll just show you real quick. So it's put the yarn in the back, knit, wrap it around, pull it through, and take it off. Put the yarn towards the front, and purl, and that's it. So these are larger needles, and I don't usually work with large needles on a desktop here, so these are kind of getting in my way the way I have the camera set up. But this is how it is. It falls and lays nice, and it's stretchy, and it's bulky, and it feels really good. But yeah, if I was doing this in a demo. So what I do is when I'm working on a table project, on a demo, I work with like shorter needles. So I would be able to like not be knocking everything. So that's how I do it. But yeah, I'm hesitating from actually showing the pattern, Chris, because I don't want to show too much of their stuff. But basically, they're explaining how to work it. It's just, they just have an error and they wrote moss instead of seed. Otherwise, the pattern is just fine. So, and then they have videos, like this is a simple part of the pattern, but they talk about that they have video techniques, and they talk about that you can go to their website and find all that you need. So that is that. So let me flip the camera. Hey, okay, is there a reason that you pull the yarn from the center? I did it on this yarn. I don't normally pull roving from the center, but I did it on this yarn because I was traveling and I didn't want it to get like really crazy. And I had it inside, well, I had it inside this bag, but I didn't know if I was gonna, anyway, I didn't want it flying around the place. I just happened to do it this way, but that's not normally how I do it with a roving yarn. Yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but it is 100% wool. It is roving. It is a 200 gram ball. And if you think about it, you're also buying all the tools. I mean, you're buying the things. It's not like that's a free tag that's in there. The needle is just a plastic needle. I mean, you can get that anywhere. But the needles are nice. And, I mean, if you think about that, you're getting like a $20 ball of wool, and you're getting like, $10 set of needles, and then you have the tag, and then you have the instructions, and you have the whole kit and stuff. So it's a nice little pack, little starter pack. Yeah. So I don't know if that included tax. I mean, if that included shipping or not. So I really don't know. The pattern kit is shown at $55. Well, I don't know. But I just want to let you see what you got. Oh, depending upon the pattern, Alicia says. $34 to $150 depending upon the pattern. So anyway, I just wanted you to see how it came. But yeah, it comes in that nice little sack. It's kind of fun. I mean, I think it would be a nice gift for somebody. If you wanted a little treat to yourself, if you wanted to send yourself a little gift and you're going on vacation, you want to send it to that house in advance, I guess you could do that too. But yeah, it is gorgeous. It looks really pretty. I really like the color. Yeah. And honestly, if you're looking for some sharp, larger needles, like wooden needles, if you really like this kind of thing and you want it sharper, I would get this because I've never seen it like that before. If you don't want them sharp, you may have to file them down. So Anyway, that is that. So anyway, it is a little pricey. It is what it is. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me telling you about what I have. So, yeah. Elizabeth's pointing out Mary Maxim kits run similar prices. Yeah. So yeah, always use your discretion. So anyway, I have a child staring at me. She's watching my broadcast through my window. I'm on display. Now she's giving me a thumbs up. Oh my gosh, it is summer, y'all. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, I'm not running over, am I? Anyway, you guys are great. Let's see. Is there any questions you have for me before I head out of here? I just wanted to show you that and then have my little Ask Me day. I had someone ask questions, or if you're just joining me, I had someone ask questions on joining yarn. I didn't show it, but I was kind of chatting about it. I do have a video on weaving in tails that is from a live video, and I really kind of went into it. So if you want to check out my videos, broadcast on that, I don't have a link handy, but they are in the archive. Be sure and check out my old live broadcast. There are some that I have quite a few demos on how to do stuff on the broadcast. You never know what you're going to get. And I see you every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we do our Ask Away Monday, and you never know what you're going to see. Every Friday, we have a tutorial coming out on YouTube. So you go to youtube.com/goodknitkisses and get a video every Friday. There are over almost 400 videos now on my YouTube channel, and there's another one coming out this week that's from the lookbook of all the baby stuff. I can't wait. I've actually been taking one of the patterns and adapting it a little bit, so really can't wait to show you and talk about it. I love you to be surprised. So anyway, I want you guys to tune in there. I'm gonna scroll back up, see if I've got a few questions here, and yeah. Alicia asked, does anyone use Hobby Lobby cotton yarn in white sparkle? I do not, but maybe someone does. If you know the answer to Alicia's question, find it below and answer that. That would be awesome. Chris says, when does the crochet along, knit along start that you and Mikey are doing? It is starting mid-September, and we will be talking about that next month, so you will find out more information. I'm not sure if I can say the date or not, but that is starting soon. So the great stitch along is coming upon us, and I've finished all the videos. I just got a couple little edit things that I have to do, but it's mostly done, and I've seen the projects, so they're really good. I like them. I can't tell you anything. I'm like, what else can I tell you that I can? Anyway, so you will find out more information on that. That will be fun. What else? Oh, just in time for your birthday, Chris? Oh, that's great. So if you don't know, I will be the knit along host for the Yarnspirations and Joann's. It's Joann's Stitch Along. So check out all that stuff. Joann's stores, you can buy online and in stores. And so Joann's works with Bernat, and we are doing a mystery stitch along where there's one mystery clue revealed each week, and we all join along on social media and post our work every week and chat about it. And if you have questions, you can ask people. You can post what's going on. If you have a problem, you can ask. If you're, whatever. So and try different colors. Sometimes people make make this their gift for Christmas, especially once they start seeing it develop and then start making multiple colors. I like to see all the different color combinations that come in too. So, oh, my arm behind me is cute. Thanks, Martha. Let's see. Yippee! Can't wait. Oh, all that. Great. I'm glad you guys are excited. Elizabeth says, when will you be on Knitting Daily? I won't be on Knitting Daily. Is that still running? No. But I will be on Knit and Crochet Now show. That starts, we're going to be starting to talk about that next month as well. So that is featured on PBS and Create TV. If you want the Knit and Crochet Now show, season 8, you actually need, this is a new thing, I did not know this. A couple months I found out when we recorded Knit and Crochet Now show that I'm part of how many episodes? 4 episodes. They said that for if you are not familiar with it being on your local channel of PBS, that's public broadcasting station, call up your local channel, your local station that you know of in your surrounding area. Call the station manager and say, how do I request getting a show on broadcasting? And then say, I'd like the Knit and Crochet Now show season 8 to be broadcast. And that you can start asking in August, so in another week here. And it should start, is it also mid-September? I don't think I have the date yet. But you can start calling in August. I would just wait like one more week. Put it on your calendar to ask. One more question here from Becky. She says, where will we be able to find the link for that? Sorry if you said it already, got on late. The link for Knit and Crochet Now show, you can just go you can just type in knitandcrochetnowshow.com. If you're looking for the We Are Knitters, you can go to weareknitters.com. And if you want to start checking out Joanne's website, for all that, be sure and check out them, and especially on their social media for Joanne stores. I would do that. Alicia says, maybe I can use big box yarn that was gifted to me. Yeah, gifted yarn is awesome. Let's see. My station is running reruns, so I hope that means the new season will run as well. Yeah, you just might want to ask. I don't know. Oh, Jill asked a question. What do you use to keep your work from sliding off your needle when you have to put it down? Yeah, you use point protectors. There's lots of different point protectors. Let me see if I've got some. Oh, I do not have some handy. I have some on some projects, and they're like aside from here. They just look like you can, they're little stoppers. So sometimes they look like little foam, or they could be a little character. They could look like a little teepee, you know, like just a little cone that has a little hole inside and just clips on. There are some that are made for double pointed needles that have like 5 holes in them, and they look like a little sheep. I've got some they're like that, and they just kind of fit on the ends there. So anyway, there's all kinds of things that you can use. You know, I usually, like on big needles like this, I kind of just shove it to the back and shove this to the back and kind of keep them like that. And, you know, that's how I carry that. Because if I knit a couple of rows on here and it's so loose, it's not really going to mess the gauge up, but at least it won't fall off my needles. So I'll kind of knit a few stitches and do that. Because when I get it all the way to the end, like when I had forgotten to do that, and I knit all the way to the end, and when I traveled, it knocked off the first couple of stitches here, and you can really kind of start letting your work unravel if you do that. But this is actually a better way to ship it, like that. So that way it gets all sandwiched, and then you can kind of wrap your work around it like that if you really want to. So anyway, you're amazing. Miss you next week. Oh, Conceit. Okay, well, I hope you join me the week after. Anyway, that is it. I am so glad to see you guys. We'll join you next Monday. Be sure and check out my channel for Good Knit Kisses. Just go to youtube.com/goodknitkisses. Be sure and hit subscribe and hit that alert button, that little bell icon, so that you get a notification when either I go live or I upload a video and you get it emailed to you. I can't wait to show you what is this Friday. And what else can I have to tell you? Anyway, I love you all. You have a great day, and happy knitting and crochet. Bye, everyone.